The 2025 edition of the Champions Trophy was indeed a one of a kind. The event was returning after an 8-year gap, and it was the defending champions Pakistan that was hosting this ICC event for the first time in nearly 3 decades. But the tournament, more than being a historic one, particularly now for India, who were champions here for the second time after 2013, will be remembered a lot for the gaffes and the faux pas. Due to India's reluctance to travel to Pakistan over scrutiny concerns, or security concerns, India's matches, of course, were hosted in UAE, Dubai, the venue, which was also the venue for the final that just concluded moments before. And given the matches happened both in Pakistan and Dubai, it was bound to draw comparisons. So who were the better hosts, Pakistan or Dubai? Now, after the geopolitical drama, it was the delay in renovations, tickets being put up on sale late that saw Pakistan hosting rights really hitting a speed bump. Pakistan evaded a bit of the drama by somehow readying the stadiums before the Champions Trophy started, and the tournament began with the hosts taking on New Zealand in the opener, and so did Pakistan's hiccups as hosts. More than New Zealand's win in the opener, it was Pakistan's failure to attract the crowd to witness their own team that became the biggest talking point. Now, it wasn't just the lack of crowd that Pakistan faced flack for. Despite investing millions on rebuilding the venues, the poor facilities just reflected a bit of a tragedy that Pakistan produced. And while there is no control over nature, like you saw in rain, the Afghanistan-Australia washout proved why it was Pakistan's failure more than nature's fury. A slight rainfall of close to just 30 minutes was enough for the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore to put their hands up in despair, making it 3 washouts in 10 matches that Pakistan hosted in this tournament. 30% of the matches had no result, including that of Pakistan. Their last game, in fact, a no-show. Now, while these are enough reasons to put a doubt over Pakistan's hosting abilities or put question marks over how successful this particular campaign as a host has been for them, their lack of security didn't help their case either. Reports emerged of Pakistan's intelligence agency amping up security over a potential terror threat. The terror outfit, the Islamic State Khorasan province, or the ISKP, threatened to kidnap visiting fans who had come to enjoy a bit of cricket. Nothing untoward, thankfully, took place. In the middle of all of this, though, UAE proved to be a very, very welcome break. Unlike Pakistan, Dubai finished all their matches without any glitches. Security, of course, never proved to be a concern in the city either, even for the high-octane India versus Pakistan encounter. Even the crowd turnout was far better than what Pakistan witnessed over the course of the tournament. This is how the difference of fan presence looked in both the semi-finals. The South Africa versus New Zealand semi-final that took place in Lahore looked something like this. So many empty seats there, and really a very disappointing sight for a semi-final that was happening for the first time since 1996. And then there was Dubai that hosted Australia versus India. Of course, a packed crowd there witnessing this tremendously well-fought semi-final. UAE wasn't in the Champions Trophy, but fans turned up in huge numbers for this particular match. And Dubai gave their spectators top-notch hospitality. Dubai Stadium offered rosa meals for anybody fasting. It is, of course, the month of Ramzan, where Muslims fast from dawn to dusk. This, of course, started earlier this month, and it was an option that was open to all spectators who had come there to witness the cricket. And for that, they didn't even have to move from their seats. The meals were made available and served at wherever it was that they were seated. And it wasn't just the stadium facilities that really made Dubai such an exciting venue. Pakistan hosted 10 matches. 3 of them had no results. So the 7 matches that did produce results saw the 300-run mark being breached 8 times. Even a score more than 350 was scored 3 times, making the pitches more batter-friendly. The contests in Dubai were more clinical in that aspect. The pitches offered something to both batters and the bowlers. Now, you can say, of course, Dubai is a much stronger nation economically than Pakistan, but one cannot ignore that Pakistan has always been a more established cricketing nation. And yet, it seemed like Dubai overshadowed them while co-hosting the Champions Trophy. Yes, PCB chief Mohsin Naqvi, when we were talking about the lead up to the Champions Trophy, claimed that this is the moment for the entire cricketing world to see Pakistan's hosting abilities and their hospitality. But somehow, things just didn't go their way. And that was bound to happen, especially when their own team came crashing out of the tournament.
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat ke logon ko meri namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically, in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Rohit, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs. And that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.